Hello, hello.
Hello. Twinning. That was
We didn't even
accidental.
plan that.
No, we planned nothing. We just exist.
I mean, we have a general plan for the episode when we sit down to record.
That is true. And you know what else we plan? Resolutions, goals, ambitions.
Every time you have a segue, and I'm always caught off guard by them.
Yeah, that was unplanned, that segue. It just came to me in a vision, so I hope you enjoyed.
Beautiful. 10 out of 10. No notes.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Thanks for the feedback.
Yes.
Yeah, we're talking
Today we're just chatting
2025.
about 2025, yeah. Our hopes, our dreams,
Everything that's
our
happened
goals.
so far in the first 2 weeks, which is
It's been a lot.
nothing. Actually, the only thing that's happened to me is my Switch died. That was the only thing. Starting 2025 off with a bang, it just completely died. So, it's fine. Didn't want to play on it anyway, guys. Didn't want to play on it anyway.
2025 said,
2025 said, less video games on the Switch, more video games elsewhere. And I was like, heard, but also, why did you do that to me?
2025 said, you spent all this money on a gaming PC. Use it.
I have been using it. It's
No, I
you know
know.
what it is? I genuinely believe Nintendo saw me putting so many hours in and they were like, you are the prime candidate for the Switch 2. I'm killing your Switch, so you'll have to buy a new one. And I think that is slightly rude. So, I'm not
Listen,
a
I
fan,
believe it.
Nintendo. I'm very upset by that. But it's okay. It's not
You'll
okay.
get it
But I'll
fixed.
pretend it is.
I know, we
It's like
always start our voice notes with, I'll like talk about Stardew Valley, and then Scar will go, I don't have much to say about Stardew Valley because I can't play.
Yeah. It's so sad. It's like sat on like I have like a little controller stand thing, like you've seen it. And I have it on there. And I just see it and I'm just like, oh. And every day I try and turn it back on in hopes that it'll recover. It has not. It is still a
Me
deceased
every
little
time I try and
world.
open TikTok.
Oh no. Yeah, that's the other thing I guess that's happened so far this year. No more TikTok. RIP.
For me, Scar still has it, which,
Yeah, but like, I don't know if I want
what
to
are
use
the
it
vibes
anymore.
over
Like, I
there
just.
now?
It's quite funny actually. There's a lot of TikToks being like, now that they're gone, let's like throw parties and shit. And there's a lot of like, what's the worst thing an American's ever said to you? They can't defend themselves now. Very funny. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like, yeah. It's one of those like it's like I love the app, but like I also hate the app at the same time. And I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I fell out of it. Like I was posting quite a lot on that, and then I was like, actually, I just don't have the resource to do this anymore. And also, everyone on there was starting to like really piss me off. And I was like, I just can't be dealing with you
That's fair.
right now. It's
That's
like,
valid.
no, I'm not doing that. I'm
I'm
doing other things.
I'm not gonna get into it because it's like it's a whole political thing.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
annoyed at it, not just because we lost an app, but just because of like the ramifications of what my government taking away this app means.
Yeah, because I like again, we're not gonna like divulge into it because it's a whole thing. But like, it definitely is like, if they're gonna do this, what else are they gonna do? Kind of thing. Like, it's the start of a snowball.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a like, it's so dystopian because it's like, I I don't know, like it is genuinely like baffling to me that it's happened. Like I was kind of like, oh, it's not true. Like they'll won't actually do it kind of thing, like or whatever. And now I'm like, oh,
Well, and what's interesting
great.
right now is like, again, I can't even keep up with everything, but
Oh
like,
no, it's a lot.
basically, our current president, who's only here for like fucking 12 more hours, was like, I'm not gonna enforce it. And then Congress was like, or the Supreme Court was like, but we're gonna enforce it.
Yeah,
So then TikTok was like, I think TikTok's just like covering their ass right now. Like, I don't think they necessarily needed to shut it down, but I think they did like to cover their ass.
yeah.
But it's probs gonna come back.
I would feel like yes, because I feel like the outroar that it has caused is not worth the potential saving damage from their perspective, like whatever that it means to them. I feel like
Yeah,
I don't know, it's so
I don't know.
bizarre.
There's some weird stuff happening. So like, put on your tinfoil hat for a second. Okay, basically, TikTok was told they have to sell to like an American company, and they were basically like, "Fuck you, we're not doing that." Which valid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
blame them for that. But what's really weird is And this is all just stuff I've seen and heard. But apparently, like business profiles on Facebook yesterday were being like offered to link their TikTok. And it's like, well, why would they do that if it's going away? Apparently, I didn't see any of these, but apparently there were Instagram ads on TikTok yesterday.
There
And then
were.
apparently, like Facebook just joined TikTok like yesterday. And it's like, well, why would they do that if it's going away? So I swear to God, if Mark Zuckerberg gets his hands on this app, it's not even worth it.
No, it's not at that point.
So
Yeah, I know a few people have like put bids in for it. Like I know Stake, like the gambling company, like put forward like, but it's odd because it's like I don't understand why. I don't understand why. Well, I understand why from their perspective, but I don't understand why they are so bothered about it. But it's also funny to me because it's like, oh, they're so bothered about this whole idea of like, oh, China's going to steal all our data. But then they have all these people, because TikTok's not there, now going to a Chinese social media app and giving them their data anyway. So it's like,
and what's so funny,
you've just shot yourself in the foot. Like, I don't know.
no, that's the whole point. And it's so funny too because like I don't know if you downloaded Little Red Book is the translation for it. You can't fucking understand anything.
No, but I love it.
I'm clicking
like,
shit.
I'm obsessed.
And I'm
obsessed
like,
with everyone on that app so far.
I literally don't know what terms and conditions I agreed to. I just went, okay.
Yeah, I'm so here for it. I'm so here for the energy that everyone's creating. I think it's brilliant. I think the jokes, the vibes. Yeah, I just downloaded it mainly because I just wanted to see what was occurring, because I saw some people being like, it's really funny. And I was like, okay. But yeah.
Yeah, I
also,
won't
like,
be
if you're going to use that, yeah, if you could, like, also just as a courtesy, if you're going to use the app, I mean, it's pointless me saying this now. I don't know where they're from, so I can't say if that, I don't know if this piece of video still exists in the internet space, but I saw this TikTok from this creator who I believe is Chinese. I may be mistaken in that, so I completely apologize, but at least speaks Chinese, understands Mandarin, and was like talking about like how to approach that app, what to call it, and like stuff like that. So, you know, just be like, it's their app, it's their social media. Don't like, you know, be stupid on it.
Yeah, be respectful.
With anything. Yeah, with anything, just
caption your videos in Mandarin.
Yeah, be a normal human, please. Like, it's not hard.
You are a guest there.
Exactly.
Act like one.
They'll welcome you. They're welcoming you in. Yeah, but it's a time. It's a time. It is crazy. It's also funny to me because like all the other social, well, I say all the other social medias, but like there's been like a huge like boom on other social medias now because of it, and it's like this is so funny for like all the trends like in social media. Like everyone's like socials is going to be like woo for the month.
Yeah, I'm curious as someone who works in social media. Like obviously, okay, I'm not saying people outside of the UK can't be interested in women's football based in the UK. But like obviously I don't think America is necessarily your target audience anyway. But no, like how is like have there been conversations about I know you're not on TikTok either. Like I know you focus more Instagram, but like
I think it's difficult because you don't know how much is going to impact, because it's not only the like it's more than just the like, because how what I just said, I don't know if I'm going to be on the app anymore, because it's like when you lose such a big audience receptive, kind of how when like X was like removed from like the Brazilians and everyone was like devastated, which obviously rightly so. It's kind of like it's not even just about like you losing that audience, you naturally will also decay in like people who are not from that area because they don't want to be on that social media anymore because there's no one there, or like their mutuals are not there anymore. So I think it's hard to see what that impact's going to be until literally like if it stays gone. Like I don't think it necessarily like tanked or like massively impacted things like as it stands, but I think it definitely could. And I think it's also interesting to see like because of the way that what TikTok is like, it's interesting to see because it's not irreplaceable. I know it was special, but unfortunately like it doesn't do anything that things like shorts and reels cannot do, or even that you can't get on other platforms. So it's kind of like interesting to see actually how much that impact will be, like how impactful is that form of social media engagement, like how much do people actually need that video scrolling like fix. I think it could die out because of that.
Yeah. I mean, we
didn't have it for such a big period of time when Vine died and it became and like Musical.ly took over. I know people used Musical.ly, I know it was big still, but I think about that era, like no one could video content like that It was all
Yeah,
like
I have
YouTube.
heard that from like a business standpoint, there's a lot of small businesses that are
Yeah, that's the big
losing
impact.
like
Yeah.
a huge income, a huge like audience. So I think that is actually going to be the biggest impact we see is like the way businesses have been impacted because like yes, there are shorts, yes, there are reels, but like we've even talked about they don't perform in the same like we as a podcast, we were on TikTok, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube. We're also now on BlueSky. Go give us a follow. Quick little plug. But
Plug.
like the algorithms on the other two apps are like just like so vastly different. Our Instagram, I feel like I'm just like posting into the void. We get such little engagement over there, whereas like our TikTok, we could hit the right little niches with what we were posting that like our videos did okay over there.
That's why I think, like, if this ban stays, I think this form of content will die out again. I think it will return at some point.
Yeah.
But I think cyclically, it's like the end again. Because unless those algorithms change, I know people love Reels. I'm not a Reels fan. I'm not a Reels fan. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
I'm not. I know people love them. I don't. If I'm quite honest, I don't like Instagram. So
No.
that's my hot take.
Which
But
is
like,
so
yeah.
funny considering you work primarily on
It's
Instagram.
like, to be honest, I just hate social media.
No, that's valid.
I just like I hate it from like a me perspective. Like I hate
Yeah,
me
yeah. No,
being
I
on
get
social media. You
you.
know what I mean? Like it's just like like I went on it earlier on and I was like, I hate this. Why am I looking at this? I don't wanna see I don't wanna see this. It's like so like froze.
No,
I'm just
that's
like,
so
no.
valid.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I don't know, man. Some weird shit's cooking.
I think it's also like there's so many apps that are like now trying to fill the void that I feel like if you like work in social media or if you like make something like a podcast, it's like wait, what do we do now? Because like, Little Red
Mm-hmm.
Book popped up. I don't know if you've heard about Neptune. That one's coming. That's supposed to be quote unquote the next TikTok. They're like beta testing it next month. They've been like talking about it forever, like ever since like the ban was like, oh, it's
Yeah.
coming. So there's that one. There's BlueSky. There's Threads. There's Twitter. There's Instagram. There's YouTube. There's like so many more. Like, and I feel like people are like trying to like corner the markets, and there's
Well
also
I
so
think
much like to spread. So it's like, where do we even
I
go?
think that's why we're just gonna go back to like the OGs again. I feel like this is the
Mm-hmm.
thing, like it just cyclically follows this trend and like well, I say the OG three, it's kind of a quartet, I guess. But like we're just gonna fall back into Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever, and YouTube again. Like that they
Yeah.
will always just exist in that square. Like there'll always be branches off of it, but like they'll always just persist, unfortunately. Like those are the places that people I know people have shifted from X to BlueSky, which is a good thing, but like it's still obviously largely like on the other platform. But like those are the four corners that people will always default back to for content. Like you'll never really break those
Yes,
off.
I am curious though, because I know a lot of people are very anti-meta right now,
Yeah.
especially American, just because of Mark Zuckerberg and the pockets that he is within. So I'm curious to see like obviously America is not the be all end all. I know that. I'm not like trying to be like American centric here, but I am curious like I heard a lot of people were deactivating their Meta accounts and they were like, "No, I'm not." Like you cuz they wanted people off of TikTok and back to Meta and people were like, "No, I'm not doing that." So I'm curious to see what that impact
Just
might
I
look
just
like.
I think the prop like I think like I think like that they will I think they're just like the pillars. Like I just don't
No,
I
I
never see
agree.
them like it's one of those things where it's like everyone could deactivate their accounts, but I genuinely feel like they're such a pillar of society at this point. Because like even like Facebook died. Like Facebook genuinely died like 5 years ago. It fell off a cliff. I know people use it. This is not me saying like it didn't exist. This is me saying like from a social perspective, it died. It has now returned miraculously and is like insane social content wise, like genuinely insane. Because Facebook all also now have Reels, surprise, but it's
Well,
like
it's because
bananas.
Instagram.
Yeah, but it's bananas. Like the engagement that you see on Facebook compared to any of the social medias, you must well not have any others. It is crazy. And it
Yeah.
literally makes kind of no sense, realistically speaking, from like a societal perspective. But bruh, it's back in full force. And I'm like, this is so odd. Yeah, social media is a weird thing. It's like all the like
Yeah.
trends and ebbs and flows. I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. Everyone's just like, yeah, this is the trend for 2025. And I was like, No, it's not though. It's really not. Like the trends of 2025 is everyone is confused, and that's okay.
Yeah.
No one knows what they're doing anymore. It's like when everyone thought that LinkedIn was gonna like pop off, and I was like, no, LinkedIn is never gonna be what people want LinkedIn to be. I'm sorry, that's just not
I never
true.
understand people who consider LinkedIn a social media. Like,
There are some people who like
technically,
love
yes.
LinkedIn. They're like LinkedIn
But like,
stars, and I'm like, okay, chief.
I don't get it. I'm never gonna get it. I'm never gonna be the corporate girly who's like making my little LinkedIn blog posts.
Yeah, no, I'm not in that industry. I don't think to really like validate off of LinkedIn strongly.
Yeah.
But it does make me giggle. It makes me giggle. I mean, you do you,
It
but
does.
like
Yeah.
it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. But yeah.
I will say, Facebook, we're gonna pivot a little bit. Facebook, I joined a buy nothing group at the end of 2024 because I decided for 2025 my goal is to spend less money on new things. I'm trying to thrift more, reuse more, repurpose more, everything like that. So I joined a buy nothing group. Besties, I got a KitchenAid mixer for free.
Yeah. You manifested so hard
I'm
for
so
that.
excited. Not only did I get a KitchenAid mixer, I got a 19-year-old KitchenAid mixer, which some people are going to be like, ew, why would you want that? The answer is because not to be a boomer, but things are not made as high quality as they used to be. So one from like the early 2000s is going to be so much better quality than one I could buy today. I am thrilled. I'm making bread later today.
The bread begins. The bread begins.
Listen, I'm never
I'm
going to
so
be a
excited.
sourdough girly. I know everyone was doing sourdough.
Yeah, but you could. There's nothing stopping you.
No, there is something stopping me, and it's the fact that you have to feed that thing every single day.
I know. How?
I have a whole child to keep alive.
I understand.
I can't add bread.
Listen, I understand, right? Like I get how bread works. I get it. I understand bread. I've made bread, right? The fact that you like have to feed your like sourdough starter is
it's scary.
Funny to me. Because I'm like, this is a monster that you're growing. Like this is actually like,
it's unsettling.
This could become something.
Yeah.
This is like how like BOWs are made. Like I don't know if I like this idea, guys. I'm not a fan.
Yeah. Why did we have to call it feeding it?
I know. It just like,
I think that's where it freaks out. Like,
but then what else would you call it? Like nurturing it?
See, that's cute. Then I could have like a little sourdough baby. Like, it's just my little baby.
And put little googly eyes on it and be like, this is my child.
People do that, I think.
Okay.
Like on the jars.
I mean,
little googly eyes.
Okay, that.
And they like name them.
Yeah. Okay. Me when
I have enough.
Yeah.
I have enough going on in my life. I can't add feeding a sourdough starter to my daily tasks.
I mean, you could, but it'd be funny if you're like, well, welcome to my daily vlog of feeding myself.
No, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna become a little bread girly.
Yeah.
Start making bread content.
As you should. As a kid, well, to be fair, I did this like growing up, like older too. But we had this recipe book, and in it had these like, I guess they're like crispy bread bun rolls thing.
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing. But like you'd make them and you'd make them into different animals. So like you'd make little like hedgehog ones and then you'd like pinch it to make the little like spikes. You'd make snails by like rolling it. And it used to be like the best thing ever. And I'm like, I need to make them again as an adult and just have a loads of critters, bread shaped critters, because they were just like so fun.
Catch me making snail bread, dude.
It's like so easy to make because it's just like rolls, but like it's just like spiraling. But it's like so satisfying. It's like, oh my god, it's a snail. It's a snail loaf.
Yeah.
And then you butter it up. Oh, divine. Chef's kiss. You could not ask for more. Put that in your little lunchbox, take it to work.
Although my favorite thing is when people like try and bake things like in shapes and like before they bake it, it's like beautiful. And then after they bake it, it's just like, what happened?
It's just like, it kind of exploded everywhere. It's the thought that counts, you know, and I appreciate that.
Yes.
I appreciate that. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I literally have like no goals this year. My goals this year is to just do.
Yeah.
Well,
you said last year when we did our like little like 2024 recap thing that you focus more on a word for the year. So
yes, I do. Yeah, because I find like as someone who's like a chronic has to do everything kind of thing, resolutions are not great for my mental health because I'm like, oh, I haven't done things.
Yeah.
Like I think it's good to have resolutions and I do, but like I'm not like one of those like big resolution girlies like some people are, like making the mood boards. I think they're cute, but like I just don't think that works for my brain. So I have a
Yeah.
word to give myself, which I saw someone else do, and I was like, I like that. So I can't remember what my word last year was. No idea. I have no idea what it was last year. Anyway, this year I think is like experience or like opportunity. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I think it might have been something kind of similar last year, but I also just cannot remember. So
I don't remember either. Go back and listen to the episode because
I'll
we
have
talked
to.
about it.
Yeah, we definitely did. I definitely remember mentioning it, and now I don't know what it was. But
Was
yeah,
it travel?
Maybe it might have been travel, which I did do. So I think I nailed that, to be honest. So congratulations, me. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
Thumbs up.
I don't necessarily make like strong resolutions. I try and like, what's one thing I could do to improve my life?
Yeah, I think that's a nice way of doing it. Like, that's kind of how I approach it, where it's like, what's something that's actually like attainable and is like bettering me for the year kind of thing.
Yeah,
You
so like
know?
that's why like, and like it's not like I can't buy anything. I'm not saying like it's a no buy year. Like I genuinely tried to thrift loaf pans for my bread and I couldn't. They just simply did not exist in my thrift
No.
stores. So I did end up having to go to the store to buy them new. Could I have probably like scoured like 6 more thrift stores to find them? Yeah, but I really wanted to make bread today, so
But
we
then it's
allowed
also
ourselves.
like, is that investment at that point then like, when you think about like the time it would be to like actually find them, and then like, you know what I mean? Then it's like, actually,
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean? Like there is some elements where it's like, actually this is not like investment effective in terms of like time, money, whatever, life, because it's just like, nah. Yeah.
But I'm doing what I can to
Yeah.
repurpose.
You're doing a good job, so
I'm trying to make more food at home.
yeah.
So like
I want to do that
trying
too. I need
to
to like
hand
do
make
more.
stuff.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to like make a little like homemade recipe book, you know?
Yeah.
Listen, like all those like old white men will be delighted that I'm in the kitchen. And I'm like, but it's for me. I'm gonna learn
See,
how to
here's
poison
the
you,
problem
so
though.
don't take delight in it.
I've been playing too much Stardew Valley that it's absolute brain rot. And I'm like, ooh, look at me making my own little bread. I should just get chickens.
Yeah.
Like, it is a slippery slope, my friend.
It really is, because you're like, oh, I could do this. And it's like, yeah, I could. But like, I could do this if I didn't have anything else on my plate, not with the current responsibilities I have.
I love how I'm like, no,
difficult.
a sourdough starter, too much work, but let me get chickens.
Yeah. But it's like chickens are friends, you know?
Yeah.
Like a sourdough starter is not a friend. The sourdough starter is not going to provide you the same joy that a chicken can. You know what I mean? Like chickens are multi-purpose.
You know what I really want? A duck.
I was going to say a duck because I love ducks. I want a duck too. But I want like a proper like, you know, I want like a proper duck. You know, like the mallard like looking ducks. It's got to be like an OG. No offense to the yellow ducks out there or the white ducks, but you need to be proper. You need to be my little fella with a little hat on.
You know what else I really want? I want a koi pond.
Yeah.
I think
that'd
that'd
be
so
work,
fun.
and it is delightful.
That's lovely.
Yeah. It's like
in the building?
well. Yeah. They have a little waterfall. It's very beautiful. And I'm like, I wave.
What is it? Place where I buy plants.
Garden center?
Yeah, that works. Garden center. The garden center where I like to go. They have a koi pond. It's really fun.
I'm trying to think of what other goals I have this year, and honestly, to exist, to make it through another year.
No shit. Real quick though, going back to the koi pond, can you say hi to the fish for me the next time you see them?
I will. I'll take a picture of them.
You.
Like they've been like hiding because it's just cold.
It's cold.
But you can like see them. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very beautiful. They have a little waterfall. It's very cute. They're massive as well. I think I didn't realize that's what it was. I thought it was just like a indoor like water thing. And then one day I like walked past because there's a door like right next to it, and I like walked out of that door, and I just saw like a huge thing in the water. I was like, oh, it's a fish. But I was like, what the fuck is that?
They get big.
They're huge.
Yeah,
they're huge. Wait, is this an Ace Attorney or is this in real life? I feel like this is not real. I was gonna say there's like a case where someone got eaten alive by koi fish, and I'm like, is that real or is that Ace Attorney? And it feels like it should be Ace Attorney. Yeah, but I don't know if it is. Someone got eaten by a crocodile in Ace Attorney, but I don't know if they got eaten by koi fish. Well, then maybe not eaten, but they got attacked by koi fish or something. I'm like, am I just making that up? Oh my god, there's like
There
Yeah,
is no evidence of a person being eaten by a koi fish.
no, but they have attacked people.
Yeah.
I didn't think eaten was the correct word. I was like, I don't think actually someone's been eaten by them, but I definitely feel like I've seen them like smack something up. I've seen them like attack birds and stuff.
But yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of crazy. I was like, is that just fake? Is that just something that happens in a video game, or is that actually real life? And who knows anymore? Who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
But no, 2025, we're just trying to survive.
Yeah, hopefully there's some good stuff that comes out. We've got a new Supermassive Games. Hopefully Professor Layton comes out. Please, for the love of life, come out this year. Until Dawn movie, books.
There's a new book actually that I just saw, and it's called The Rose Bargain. It comes out next month, actually just in a couple weeks. And it has been described as Bridgerton meets The Cruel Prince.
Oh, okay.
So,
Interesting. I'm
yes.
intrigued by this.
Me
Okay, I'll
too.
have a think. I'll have a little look-see into that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it seems like
supposed
there's
to
some
be a
good stuff coming out.
duology. So I think I'm going to wait
Okay.
for the second book to
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah. How
But
interesting.
yeah.
Also, on book things, I saw this the other day and I was like, this is really cool. And I didn't send it to you because I think I just forgot, which is a common occurrence with me, to be honest. Maybe my resolution this year is to not forget, but maybe that's asking too much. The amount of things
The
I'm just
number
like,
of times Scar has sent me a voice note and said, I'll send you this once I'm done with this voice note, and then never sends it.
No, that is just, no, you'll never see it. You'll never see it. It's because what happens, I send you a voice note so I'll be doing my, like, I'll have done my skincare and listening to yours, then I'll send you that. And you know what I do immediately after sending my voice note? I put my phone down on my bedside table, and then usually I'll go to the toilet or turn off my light, and don't pick my phone back up again. It's done.
Oh, and that's valid. That's so valid.
As soon as my phone's on that bedside table, you ain't hearing from me until the morning. It's game over. Like, I am done.
What's really funny though is sometimes I will reply and go, hey, you never sent me that thing. And then in the next voice note, Scar will be like, I'm so sorry I didn't send you that thing. I'll send it as soon as I'm done. And still doesn't send it.
I literally am so useless. If I don't send
okay.
it immediately, you are never getting it. You are never getting it.
It's so true.
It just doesn't exist. But I saw this thing, and you might have seen it too, but Owl Crate did, like, which is like a book box company.
Yeah.
They did like this scale. They started implementing a scale, like a spicy scale for all their romances, which will tell you if there's like anything in there or it's like purely just like, you know, hand holding, very like minimal to like, you know, the extreme. And I was like, we'd love to see that. We'd love that. Yeah. It was really nice. They had nice little descriptions, and I was like, this is really good because not everyone wants to, you know, be involved with that. Some people love it, some people hate it, and allowing them to have it's like a little pepper. I was like, yeah, it was really good. Everyone in the comments was like, this is such a good idea. And I was like, yes, it's a good idea. We need to do this. It's good.
Listen, if there are any authors out there listening to this podcast, I implore you to do this and to talk to your author friends to do this. Start putting like ratings inside, like on the little, like right before the cover page. And just give me warnings of what to expect. Because here's the thing, I'm not super into smut. If it's there, okay. If it's like every other page, we have a problem.
Yeah.
I just don't need it. I don't care. But I would really love to have more warning of like going into stuff. What I'm getting into. And yes, I can Google these things. I'm aware. But it would also just be so handy if y'all could just include that information straight up.
Yeah. I think also as well, it's because like sometimes if you Google a book title, especially if like it's a, you know, not a brand new off the shelf book, you're going to get spoilers. Like the more you look for things, especially like because as well, like for example, like some synopsis, like I know you can like look on like I know Storygraph people can put their like content warnings in. I know that Goodreads has a similar feature, and I'm sure other places do. But like also like going on those things, you sometimes get a different synopsis, or they give you different information. Potentially gonna like looking to people's reviews, which you obviously don't want to do. And I think also it just helps for people buying books for people as well, because I think that's also important because you might be trying to buy a book for someone, or like potentially like a child. Maybe a child is strong. That seems like you're buying like for like a 10-year-old, but like right, someone who's underage, you're trying like, and it's just like, well, maybe you don't want to be buying like ACOTAR for a 16-year-old, but
it's like I told Scar this one day. My sister picked up what is that? Love Theory or whatever.
Love Hypothesis.
Love Hypothesis, that's it. And like I know of the book, I've never read it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we all know it's a Raylo fan fiction. That's all I know about it though.
Yeah,
And
same.
like the cover is one of those like very popular cartoony style romance covers. And so she bought the book not realizing, and then she looked it up later and was like, "Oh yeah, there's actually a lot of like smut in there." And my sister is 15. Like she could she be reading that stuff? Sure, I was reading that shit at 15, but she doesn't want to. And
Yeah,
like
that's the
that's
point. Yeah,
so
yeah,
valid. So
yeah.
it's like, but like if you just look at this cover, it's a cute little cover. You're not going to necessarily be like, "Oh, there's a bunch of smut in this."
Yeah. I mentioned it to you. This is my like. Listen. First of all, I don't like this covers. I don't like people on covers. I'm a hater.
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry. I'm a hater to my
Agreed.
core, but like they annoy me. Listen, do I think this like little cutesy like romance like illustrations is sweet? Yeah, it's sweet. I don't read that kind of drama anyway, so it doesn't really impact me. So it's whatever. You know, I have no impact to me at all. The problem with it, and I mentioned this to you, is before in the ye olde days. Not that I was like fucking kicking around, but before when there was like these romance books, you couldn't get away from them because they would
Yes.
have naked men on the cover. So everyone knew
Yeah.
what you were reading. And obviously I know like that's not always the truth, but like even like just like very like vanilla-y, like no actual like smut in them, romance books would always still have like some like two half naked people on the cover for some fucking weird reason. I don't know why, they just did. You just knew. You like knew what was occurring.
Yeah.
But now that's not true. So you don't know on first pickup what you're getting into. And it's the same with everything, obviously. But like especially with romance, where it's like, but you were saying romance and smut seems to be very like the same now. Like these are different things.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
umbrella. Romance is like an umbrella that falls into. It's not, they're not equal to each other. One like, I'm like, guys, we need to do better because this
The
isn't something that everyone wants in their books.
number of times I've seen people say that a book was bad simply because there was no smut. And I'm
Yes,
like,
I know.
first off, like I said, if it's there, whatever. I'm not actively seeking it out. I feel like if you're only there to read the smut, maybe you need a little self-reflection, like genuinely.
Also, maybe you need to. Maybe that's not the content you should be consuming. You know what I mean? Like, why are you actively consuming content that you know you're not gonna like? 'Cause it's not gonna provide you with what you want. It's like me reading like romance and being upset that there's no fantasy in it. Like, what the fuck am I expecting? I'm
Yes.
sorry, there was no fairies in this book. I hate it. Like, duh.
Like in my buy nothing group, someone was actually giving a book away, and I knew the book by title alone. Like I had seen the book, did not
Mhm.
know what the book was about, and I was like, maybe I would be interested in it. And it's called A Touch of Darkness. I don't know if you know this one at all, but I was like, oh, like I've seen that at like bookstores before, and I know it's a series. I wonder, is this the first one? Like, would I be interested in it? So I just Googled the name of it just so I could get a synopsis. And in Google Images, the second image that popped up was like a smut scene that somebody had drawn fan art of, and I was like, cool, not for me then. But I'm just like,
Yeah.
even just like a simple Google to even see what is this book about, you're getting that thrown
Yeah,
at your
that's also the
face.
problem. I think that's also the problem. Like, obviously, you're not gonna have that with like lots of things, but like with a lot of like fantasy content, you are gonna have that. And I think, listen, do I have hatred towards some authors? Yes. Like I said, I'm a hater to my core. I'm never gonna apologize for that. But I think, like with a lot of things, the impact that things like Akatar have had have been astronomically negative compared to the positives they have brought, because that is that I like. And again, I'm not gonna say if you like that series that you're like a bad person, because I also read it and it got me out of a reading slump. It did the job. You know, the author's incredibly problematic. Join the queue of fucking everyone else. So, you know, party time. But it's like those books have like really heavily like normalized this idea of like hardcore smart on every page, like, and it's now made the fantasy genre now like be heavily like it has to include romance, which isn't a bad thing. I'm not anti-romance, I promise. I do like love, but I'm just not. I don't know. I feel like I got my fix when I was like 12 on Wattpad. I don't need it
Yeah.
anymore. I just want like goofy little dragons and shit. Like I don't need. So it's just like I just don't need it. It's oversaturated, and now people are like, I don't know.
Even if you're gonna have romance and you're gonna have like some spice, just fade to black. Like I don't need the
Yeah.
graphic details. Like one of my
Also, I feel like
favorite
as well.
series, The Folk of
Yeah.
the Air, Fade to
also as
Black.
well, like,
It's great.
I think also as well, and I guess it depends on your age group, but I feel like for us being, you know, above the age of like 18, a lot of like fantasy and a lot of like this that kind of stuff. And like, okay, I get that there is like adult fantasy and like adult romance, but a lot of these like big popular things are like YA. They are children. And I'm like,
Yes.
I don't want, like, I know they're like consenting of age, like, I know it's all good, but I'm like, I don't want to read about two 17-year-olds fucking. I'm sorry, I don't.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird, bro.
No, for
It's
sure.
weird
For
as
sure.
hell. I don't even want to read about like anyone younger than me doing that, even if they're like one younger. But especially when I'm like, you are like, no, go away.
Yeah.
This is uncomfortable to me to be involved. Like, stop telling me that this 17-year-old boy has got like rippling abs that are like descending in the moonlight.
Have you ever seen a 17-year-old boy?
Yeah, I'm like,
they're gangly
I'm
and
like,
awkward.
I was like, I'm like, bleh. Like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do that. Like, I just can't do that. I'm sorry. I'm just like, it's like, okay, this is like really bizarre, and I'm not going to spoil it but in, oh my god, what's it called? Hellbent, which is the sequel to Ninth House. Dark fantasy. It's brilliant. I'm very excited. But in the second book, there is a scene. I had to like put the book down and like actually question if I wanted to like continue. And it's not even explicit. But it is explicit, but there's actually like no like there's no sex or anything. But basically the guy it's just like hanging dong. And the way it's described is like, and like it's a whole thing. It makes more sense in context. I can't provide context because it spoils the book. But if you've read it, you'll know what I mean. But it's just like the way it's described, and like this, he's like of age, like he's like I don't know how old he is. He's like in tenure at the university. It's whatever. He's like a 25-year-old man. I don't know if that's true, but he's you know, he's an adult. And funny thing is like it is actually kind of important to the plot, which is what makes it funny. But I was just like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I was like, because the thing is, it's like it was written so well that I could just visually see it, and I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I can't actually. I actually had to like put it down like mid chapter and be like, I need to like lie down and seek help. I was like, this is so weird to me. I don't need that.
Not to mention, like, I know you read a lot on your commutes, and I feel like there would be nothing like more awkward than like if you didn't know a scene was coming up, and then you're on the train, and all of a sudden people are just going at it graphically. I would be so uncomfortable.
No, I know. There were, to be fair, I think I feel like I've got a quite good poker face from like that kind of stuff. But like I think it's just like depending on how it's written. But like there was this person on the train. What were they reading? Oh my god, I can't remember what it was. But it was like a very like popular like sexy weird ass like book. And they were just like dead eyes just like reading it with their little like coffee, and I was like, Slay Queen. Like on the tube and everything. Like with their kid, it was on a Kindle as well. So I was like, damn. But like I saw the motifs that they have in the corner, so I knew what it was. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, I was like, damn, it's bold. I know, because I was reading, what was I reading that had like a scene in it? And I was like, oh. And I was on the train and I was like trying to hide it from people. I was like, not that it was like, not that I care, but I was just like, but it was like, oh, it was, no, was it Bear Town? It wasn't Bear Town, I don't think. It was something like, it's like an uncomfortable scene because there's uncomfortable things occurring. So I was uncomfortable because of that, not necessarily because I was just like, ew. And the way it was described was like, oh, it was Juniper and Thorn. There's a scene in Juniper and Thorn, and it's really? Like, it's meant to be written in like a really like, it's meant to be written that way, but it's like, I'm like, I was like,
fair.
Because the way that she described it, I was like, ew. But like, it's important that she described that way. But I was like, ew.
Yeah.
It was.
Well,
I was like, this is nasty.
I did dip my toe. You're aware of this. I dipped my toe into like full on romance smut last year with an audiobook, and I would just be like sitting there doing my dishes while it's like explicit graphic sex scenes in my ears, and I was just like, I don't like this. I would like put it on like 3 times speed and just be like, just get through it.
Returned.
Okay. It
just decided to conk. It was like, no, you can't talk about this anymore. This is not okay.
Yeah.
This is not safe for work. Sorry. Yeah, no, audiobooks, people who listen to audiobooks that contain smart are the bravest soldiers. That's intense.
Truly.
Because you have someone narrating it. And, like, I feel like that is worse. Because it's not even, like... Because, like, if they have to, like, moan, ew.
Well, and, like... Okay, so this is going to get really graphic for a moment. So, like, skip ahead a couple minutes if you're not... I'm not going to, like, get into detail. But with this particular audiobook, it was a dual POV. And, like, the girls would be, like, you know, oh my God, he makes me so horny. And it's like, okay, sure, whatever. But then the guys, we would cut to the guys and it'd be like, I want to bend her over that chair. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
ew, I hate
too
that.
much, too much.
I know, I hate that. I think that's my biggest problem is like often you like I think I think that's my biggest problem is you just have that and I'm like, I just don't see how any rational person thinks like this. Like I'm sorry, I'm just like no. I'm just like no.
Honestly, smut scenes in books sometimes, I'm like, am I asexual?
It's just like I think it's just such a weird it's just like I just can't even. Like there's some part of my
It
brain that's
just
like,
doesn't
no,
do it for me.
no, no, no. You're right.
And
I'm
if
just
it
like,
does
no.
do it for you, do your thing. Like, have
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
No, neither do I've never been like, and this is to say, like, this is also coming from like I definitely feel like I got my fix at a too young of an age through fan
Oh,
fiction.
yes.
Like, I just think that has what's caused the drift. You have people who are very into it, and I don't think like there's necessarily like a pipeline that just because you read like loads of fan fiction as a child doesn't mean you're not into romance now. You definitely can still be, but I just think I'm like done with that part of my
Yeah.
life. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want to read that anymore. Instead, I'll read like 300,000K slow burn to where they're trying to hold hands. And I'm like, I'm reading like a Ace Attorney fanfiction. I'm on like chapter 72 and they haven't even like kissed yet. And I'm like, please, I'm about to give it now. It's crazy. I was like, this is insane. It's been 3 years like in this like thick. And and I'm like, dude, I can't do this anymore. And I knew it was a slow burn because I knew it took place over the games, but I was like, I'm now like, I'm like 72 chapters.
You are gnawing at the bars of your enclosure.
I really am now. I'm like, but it's coming. I can feel it in my bones. Feel it in my bones. But I was like, but it's so good. And I'm like, I'm eating it up. But I'm like, crazy. But that's what I live for now. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I don't care about any of that horny shit. Give me hand holding and nice comforts, nice hugs. It was like, please, please, that's what I need, please. Obviously, I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast yet, but I know I must have done. But I was gonna say like playing Resident Evil. Massively got
Yes.
into Resident Evil from playing the game. Oh, I was already like into Resident Evil before, so I played like 7 and 8 before. But I never played any of the older ones before because I never had the means to. But
Mm-hmm.
when I got my PC, I started playing them all. So I like really got into the fandom and stuff like that. And like, you know, I get it. People are sexy, so people are horny. That's valid. I feel that. But did I dabble my toes? Yeah, I was curious and I had a look. But did I find that I was preferring this like old ass man yaoi shit where they're like 40 and like alcoholics and like comfort each other? Yeah, I did. And there's like better ones probably where they're like young and like being really steamy, and I'm like, no, this is what I need. I need them to be depressed, thinking about like unaliving, saving each.
Listen, all you need to know about Scar is one of her favorite shows is Hannibal. And that explains everything.
Yeah, that's so true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Two of my favorite shows being involving cannibalism. Who am I? FBI? I promise. Not true. Oh my god, I think I need help.
Now, if you think about one of your favorite games and two of your favorite shows,
Yeah, it's not a good look, is it?
mm-mm.
It's not a good look. It's not a good look. And I have a degree in forensics. Oh Jesus, I'm on some lists. I think. Methinks I'm in trouble. I don't think I'll be allowed in the United States anymore. They might actually like take me to Quantico. I
No,
might not make it to you anymore. Yeah, but Hannibal's so good though. I'm sorry, it is. It's so good.
I believe you. I never watched it.
It's so good. I love it. I love depressing men. Pathetic men. Men. You're listen, if you've ever watched Hannibal, or even if you haven't, you may have seen, if you're on Tumblr, you may have seen this one scene. This is one scene. And this is like early doors. This is like season 1, 2. I think it's season 1, to be
Okay.
honest. So Hannibal and Will, like barely like at this point kind of know each other, but like so Will is like FBI profiler. That's not his title. But he can like he has like visions to like help him with like figuring out profiling the killers or whatever. And then you have obviously Hannibal Lecter, who is Hannibal Lecter, the fucking cannibal, but like obviously that is like not something that's known to everyone else, despite the fact that you feel like you pick it up quite fast. But he's a psychiatrist, and he becomes Will's psychiatrist because Will is like a little bit unwell to put slightly. And they like start like hanging out together. This is one scene, and they're in Hannibal's office, I don't even know what the conversation is. The conversation doesn't even matter because it's just like the weirdest fucking scene ever. Where like there's a ladder because Hannibal's office has got loads of like books and stuff. There's a ladder, right? And it's like leaning like one of those ladders on a bookshelf that like moves. And they're like chatting like this, like two men like this. And Hannibal steps towards Will, and Will, the weird ass fucking like pathetic twinky man he is, decides to like arch his back against his ladder and go, "You are damn bad. You are damn bad." I was like, I'll have to send you the gif because I promise you, it's like the most insane shit I've ever seen in my life. It's like, bro, and it's like the infamous ladder scene. I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And then they have the audacity to be like, this isn't a queer show, bruh. I watched this man fondle Will Graham's face covered in blood and look deeply in his eyes, and you're telling me this isn't queer? Give over. Give over. Hannibal spoilers, I guess, for that little part.
For a show that's like, what, a decade old?
Yeah. To be fair, the creator did say that they are gay, and I was like, yay. And now Mads Mikkelsen has his own TV company, and I'm like, Mads Mikkelsen, if you want to make season 4 of Hannibal, I will be very grateful to you. Thank you. Like that, please. Hannibal after the fall, please. That's all I have to say. And there's lesbians in the show. If you don't want gay men, if you want lesbians, there's lesbians. Someone for everything.
We love lesbians.
And there's dogs. Yeah. And there's death.
Perfect.
So, you know, if that floats your boat, there you go. A whole package.
You really know how to sell someone on a show.
But like I can't because I'll spoil it. But then I'm like, everyone knows who Hannibal is, like in other pop media,
right,
so you can kind of get the grasp. But it's so good. He's so scary, but he's so sexy. I'm like, if a psycho killer who eats people, why is he so sexy though? Like, I'm a vegetarian. I don't have to worry. I'm not gonna eat anything, so I'm good.
Perfect.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
He makes salads. Freddie Lounds is a vegetarian, and he's like, "You should eat meat," and she's like, "Nah, bitch, I'll have my salad, thanks." That's basically how that conversation goes in canon. And then she dies. So, you know, but I'll take that. I'll be cut up. I'm okay. You know, I'll live. I'll live on.
Live, laugh, love.
Yeah. I'll go to his house, have a nice meal, and then maybe that'll be it. And they'll be okay. I'll be content with that.
Listen, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Yeah. And then I'll become a little Rolex card. He has Rolex cards of all the people he kills to make recipes from. Which is quite slay. It's quite cute. It's quite girly pop. I was like, damn. Okay, there's a little Rolex card out, so I'll be one of those. Don't know what he'd make me into, but, you know, that's a surprise, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know.
You're quite small, so there's not a lot to work with.
There isn't, so I feel like a nice, like, little, like, samosa or something, you know. Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Be cute. Mm-hmm. Be cute. We'll see. Ugh, what a show. And then I'm watching Yellow Jackets, which we will talk about because I have almost finished season 2. So that'll be on the agenda. And obviously season 3 is coming out imminently.
February 14th.
I'm so excited.
Who needs Valentine's Day date when you can just be with your favorite crazy lesbians in the woods?
Yeah. Yeah, I love woods.
Where are you at in season 2?
And guys, we're on 2 episodes. The next episode I'll be watching is episode 6. So 4 more episodes, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. You're really getting there.
Yeah, I'm in the nitty gritty of it all. Yeah. I was having a whole like moment last night when I was watching 4 and 5. I was going on full like color analysis, and I was like, oh my god, the color analysis of this show, especially in season 2, has been like immaculate to show the divides happening. It's beautiful. I was like, damn, I could do a whole like essay on the color analysis of Yellow Jackets because it is phenomenal. Whether it's fully intentional or not, it still is stunning. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. And the casting of that is genuinely insane. Like, it's genuinely insane. If you're someone who thought the casting for the It children and It adults was good, you'd be blown out the park from the casting of the teen and adult versions in Yellow Jackets. It's truly bananas. It's truly bananas.
Okay, you said you just watched 5?
Yeah.
I'm looking at
piecing together the story.
I need in the moment updates for 6 when you watch it.
Okay, yeah. I know 6 is going to be huge. Like, from where 5 left off, I'm like, okay, so I'm so stressed.
Also, once
so
again,
ready.
I need you to just remember that I watched episode 6 with a newborn.
Yeah, so. That's gonna be tricky. That's gonna be weird. But I'm very excited.
Yeah, I also had to watch season 2 play by play, like week by week. I did not get to binge this shit.
Yeah, that's the thing, like, with how this show is written. Like, if you've never watched it, we'll get more into this when we cover it, so I'm not gonna like go into it. But just in case you want to preemptively watch it before we talk about it, so you can be involved, which I'd highly recommend you do.
Well, you got 2 weeks, but okay.
You can do it all in 2 weeks.
You could.
Anyway, the way the show is written and the way that it's narratively presented means that like I know every show, like obviously you want to have all the episodes all at once, but like this is like worse because there's so many like threads to it that you're just like, that's you no. I know. I'm sad that for season 3 I'm gonna have to watch it like in real time and just be like miserable.
Yes.
I don't know what's
Welcome to the
happening.
club.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. And the music and everything. Phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
We love it. All right. Any other thoughts for 2025?
I want to be a good person. I want everyone else to be good people. That's my ask. Thanks. Be kind. Be respectful. Be considerate. Yeah. Because
Good plan.
I feel like that's a good way to live life. Yeah. It's going to be an exciting year. I'm excited for 2025. Good things planned. Good things in the works. I feel like it's my year. I mean, 2024 was a good year. It's probably one of my best years in a long time. I will say that. And like overall with the vibes, but I feel like 2025 can be 1,000 times better. So I'm chuffed. I'm already amp.
No, here's the thing. It can't be 1,000 times better because you don't get to see me in person.
Well, you don't know that. Maybe I'll show up.
Whoa.
Wow. I'm just gonna
I just come home
arrive on
from
your
work one
doorstep.
day. You're sitting on my porch.
Like, hi. I decided to just come visit for fun. Yeah, you don't know that. I could come. But you're right.
You could?
I won't have you, and I won't have the Ren Fair. So how good can it really be?
Yeah. And you won't have Culvers.
You know what? I think about Culvers quite a lot. I
Do
should
you
miss it.
really?
Yeah, it was so good. It's like one of those things where like I didn't think I was gonna like miss any food. Not because like I didn't think food was gonna be good, but like it's just because like I don't really have like strong attachments to food.
Yeah.
But I do think about it a lot. So yeah, I hope you know that you've done that to me.
Good. That's my
You know
my
what I do
plan.
think
Every time
about
someone
is
comes to visit.
Qdoba. I think about that a lot as well because that was so good, and I'm so sad we don't have a version of that in the UK. That's actually something that I genuinely would need in the UK.
No, listen, I'm so upset because Qdoba got rid of their Mexican street corn as like one of their topping options. I ordered it. So when I order it, I order it online and pick it up, and I always just like reorder and I never like check it because I always get the same thing and Kyle always gets the same thing.
Yeah.
And I like ordered it and I went and I picked it up and I like got it out and I was like, where's my Mexican street corn? And it like wasn't on like the little ticket that they like print. And Kyle didn't have his either. And I looked on their website and it was gone. So I ended up calling them. And I was like, well, so apparently they got rid of it for shrimp. Like they're bringing out shrimp. Yeah,
Sorry.
I know.
Sorry, shrimp people. Sorry, shrimp people, but ew.
And like it will come back eventually, but I'm literally not going to Qdoba until it's back because
that's a crime.
It is. I was so upset. It ruined the whole vibe.
No, but it was so good. I'm not like to be fair, I'm not a big sandwich person, but like Subway adjacent like stores like that where you can kind of like pick and choose and like make it your own. But like that being like the nachos and shit, oh, that is just like my dream. Like that is genuinely my dream. And I hope you know on that coach back to the airport, I like savored that meal. I was like,
good. We got Qdoba twice while you were here.
I know, that's how good it was. I mean, we had like Culver's like 7 times, so I think that puts like into perspective a little bit more.
Listen. I like Culver's.
But it was good. It's good. It's really good. It's so like good. Yeah, it's really good. Because the thing is as well, like I was impressed because to be fair, like fast food's gotten better, but like here, the fast food restaurants that have a lot of vegetarian options are quite limited. Like McDonald's has like nothing, and I don't really like the McPlant. So I'm like, ew.
Yeah.
I don't really enjoy their wraps either. It's not really for me. So I don't really go there because they don't have anything for me. KFC, I think they have their rice boxes, but then I'm like, I can get rice elsewhere, so why would I go to KFC?
Rice
so I'm
boxes.
Like, yeah, it's got like rice, like beans, and like you can have like a salad version for veggie, or you can have like chicken or something in it. Like it's kind of like a, I don't know, it. But I'm like, I can have that elsewhere, so it makes no difference to me, you know what I mean? Taco Bell is like excellent. Like they have the most vegetarian options, I feel like, of like any of the fast foods that we have. So stan. And then Burger King's pretty good. Burger King's pretty decent. But otherwise, like it's quite like aside from like pizza places, but I don't really count those because I don't really count those. But I was impressed that they had like their veggie burger was so good, right? Like I was like, damn, I was impressed. And I'll never have it again. Well, I will have it again sometime, I'm sure, but, you know, imminently, it's not in my life, so I'm devastated. But we are getting like an influx of more like fast food chains entering the UK. Like we've got
That's
a
good.
Wendy's now in London. That was a thing. Chipotle's
I don't
popped
like
up
Wendy's
a
very
few
much.
places. Never had it, so I don't know. But yeah, we got Chipotle now. There's actually one like near me, which was like crazy. I was like, damn, that popped up fast. Usually
I
they
went
always go to
to
London, which is crazy.
went to Raising Cane's for the first time yesterday.
I've heard about that. I want to like stop at all the fast food restaurants in America, which I know is literally insane, but I just need to go to all the big places and just like see. I'm just like curious, you know. I've had. Did I have In-N-Out, or did I have something like that? I don't think it was In-N-Out. What did I have in
I
LA
don't
when I
think
was
I've
like?
had In-N-Out.
I don't think it was In-N-Out. Do you know the?
I've
Do you
had
know? Okay, they had. I don't know if you. I don't think it is In-N-Out, but maybe I don't know because I was like really jet lagged. But do you know the fast food chain that has like I didn't have these, but my friends had them. But they have like star-shaped nuggets.
Is that White Castle?
I don't know. I don't think it was. I'll have to Google it now.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I had that, and it was okay. It was okay.
Carl's Jr.'s.
That was it. Yeah, yeah.
So we don't have that here. So, okay, it's really weird because like we do and we don't at the same time because like Carl's Jr. and Hardee's are like owned by like the same parent company.
Oh,
It's like
interesting.
we have a Hardee's, but I don't know if all of the food. I don't think the food's exactly the same.
That makes sense. Yeah, I had that. It was fine. It did the job for being like jet lagged and wanting to eat, but it wasn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
It wasn't great. But you know, it was funky. I had little quirkies to it, so I was pleased, I guess, to say the least. But yeah, I want to try them. A Jungle Cafe is actually like what's it called? The Rainforest Cafe. Are they actually shutting down? Because I need to go to one before they shut down. Because I heard that they
I
might be
haven't
closing
heard
down.
that.
Oh, maybe it was just one of some of them are closing down then. Well, I need to go to one because I'm obsessed with the vibes. maybe there's just some like big ones closing down or something. But I heard a thing and I was like, oh my god, I cannot not go to one. Like I will genuinely be devastated. I also feel like I need to go to the Chuck E. Cheese, but I need a child to take with me. So I have to wait on that one.
Oh, it looks like the Chicago one closed. But that was a while ago.
Oh, well.
So yeah, like a few of them have closed, but they're still out there. In fact, I remember seeing this thing on TikTok of like this family who had their Thanksgiving dinner at a Rainforest Cafe.
Yes, I love the energy there. I just love the theming. I just love it. So, you know, it's there for the vibes more than anything. I'm not really there for the food. I'm there for the aesthetic.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm trying
So,
to, I don't know if I've ever eaten at one. I think I have.
Well, we should go.
Okay, we'll go. Well, we talked
We'll
about the
get on our
next time
tour
you come
bus.
to America, we'll like travel somewhere together. So
Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, we'll get on our tour bus and we'll go. We'll stop at the Rainforest Cafe.
we'll go visit our friend Catherine out at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, we'll do a little tour. I have like a fear of the Grand Canyon because I fear I'm going to fall in. And I know that's not how
Same.
the canyon works, but I have a fear that I'm going to be the person who like trips and dies. So,
no, I agree. How close can you get though?
I think you can get fairly close, can't you? I know they put a fence up, but then I'm like, that stops nothing, bro. I can fall over a fence.
See, I couldn't take my daughter then because like,
no,
I would crash out thinking she's going to fall.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'd have to view from afar. Like, I can't be one of those people who takes like a picture on the edge of the canyon. Like, that's a bit too much to me.
Oh yeah, like look at that.
Yeah, no, that's insane. Like, I can look from afar, please. I can see the canyon. The canyon's quite big. Like, I know it's there.
Yeah. Well, we went to
Niagara Falls.
Yellowstone. We went to Yellowstone, and they had like canyons and shit too. So.
Well, you know how I feel about Yellowstone.
Listen, I went and I survived, so you can do it. Yeah, but I believe in you.
I just can't do that to the world.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
I can't be the person who makes Yellowstone set off. I can't be that. I can't be that person. I can't be there.
That's okay. I understand.
No, I will go eventually. It'll be like the last place I visit. Because then it'll be okay, you know? I'll be done.
Yeah. Just do
like
it when you're like 90.
Yeah, I'll be like 99 with my little walker. I'll be like, okay, I'm content now.
Perfect.
It'll be a beautiful end to my life. So yeah, that's my plans really far in the future.
Perfect. Put it in your calendar.
2100 when I'm 99 years old. Ew, 2100.
Ew.
I hate that.
Cut the cameras.
That means I'm 75 years away from being 99. Isn't that even more strange?
Okay, we're done. Anyway.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that. Ew.
Okay. Wishing you all a beautiful, happy, lovely, healthy 2025. We will still be here. New
Yeah.
episodes every other week. Stick around. We have some fun stuff planned.
Yeah, that's true. Follow us on socials. Be involved.
Yes.
Slay. Okay. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. To stay connected with us, then follow us on social media, which are linked in the description. I've been Emily.
And I've been Scar.
Tune in next time for the best cottagecore podcast for the cottage whores.